Hey friends, Rob Phoenix, Powwow, and Hexameister guy. Hope you're all doing well. Today is Earth Day. Happy Earth Day. I hope everyone had a nice Easter. It was really nice here, although I don't know. I'm having some allergies right now. It's that weird time of year. It's like, do I have a cold? Do I have allergies? Is it a little bit of both? Kind of feels like a little bit of both, but it's fine. We've been doing a lot of work outside. That's normal for us. And this year, there like I've talked about it a little bit before, but I have an outdoor sort of ritual space. It's a circle area marked, outlined in stone. It used to be pretty well private because the neighboring property had a great big black maple tree, and so it kind of kept my space sort of um, concealed in a way. Well, they've since cut that poor tree down. It was so gorgeous, and they just ripped it out and cut it down, and so it took away all that privacy. Not to mention there were a lot of birds and like squirrels and such in that tree, so I guess they have to find new homes. Um, but the plus side is it really opened up the sky on that part of our yard, and so now where that ritual circle is, it's in pure sun most of the day. So we've decided that we're going to turn that space into an herb garden because herbs like full sun, um, most of them. And it has, when I first created that space, I didn't want weeds growing up and or any kind of grass growing in that circle. And so I had mixed sand in with the soil because the soil was very dense clay-like. So I had mixed some sand in there, knowing that I wouldn't be planting in there. So now this year we're going to dig even further into the ground, turn that all up, add fertilizer and fresh soil to it. And hopefully it'll be just the right amount of drainage for herbs anyway. That's what we're going to be working on this year. Um, so yeah, now's the time to do it. I mean, we're in full blown spring. The weather's been consistently nice. Little spouts of rain here and there, but that's fine. I mean, we need that. But it's maintained the average of in the 70s and mix of sun and clouds for the past week or so. Um, so today I was just kind of looking through some Albertus Magnus, and I came across charms that border on like I don't want to say love spells, but they're more like manipulation. I guess they're like how to cause your intended wife to love you. In other words, like if that's a person you want to marry, how to make that person love you. And then another one that's when you wish that your sweetheart shall not deny you. Sounds a little date rapey, but I thought these were interesting because, um, like if you want to do this kind of magic, that's all you. I mean, I'm not no judgment. Um, I don't do this kind of stuff, but I'm going to tell you that it does exist within the powwow tradition. Um, excuse me. Sorry about that. So anyway, the how to cause your intended wife to love you. Again, this is from Egyptian Secrets, Albertus Magnus, and how to cause your intended wife to love you. Know this? I don't think there are any like gender restrictions, so it could be how to cause your intended husband, I guess. For man, woman, seeking man or woman, whatever. Whatever trips your trigger, I believe this stuff can be adapted to that. Um, So the prescription is take feathers from a rooster's tail, press them 3 times into her hand. So it's basically kind of like almost tricking somebody to take these 3 rooster tail feathers 3 times into their hand. So that might be interesting. Um, Conversely, take a turtle dove tongue in your own mouth. Talk agreeably to your friend, kiss her, and she will love you so dearly that she cannot love another. So you often see turtle doves being used in spells for love. And there was a movie about 30 some years ago, maybe 30, I don't know, like 30 years ago, maybe, called Practical Magic. And in that movie, a woman came to their house for a love spell. And they took this long needle and like poked it into the dove and then got the blood from it. And that was part of the spell. Um, I think a lot of these things are probably just names, like folk names for different flowers and plants. Like, for example, like doves, generally speaking, in folk magic, was like a coded word for the geranium flower. And like when they speak about specific body parts, like tongues or fingers or eyes or teeth or whatever, those are parts of plants. So, like, if the dove is the geranium, the tongue is usually the petals of a flower. So take so then the idea is instead of putting a turtle dove tongue in your mouth while you're talking to somebody, maybe have a geranium petal in your mouth. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Not that I can hear you answering me, but um, so just keep that in mind when you're reading some of these old timey things. They're talking like take the heart of a wolf or the eye of a wolf. That seems like it'd be a little tricky to get. So really, you just want to look at the folk use, the folk name. I'm just mumbling and stuttering. Go online and look up folk names for herbs, and you'll find lists, and it will show you that when it's if a spell or a recipe is calling for like the eye of a wolf, it's really calling for like the seed of a dandelion or something. I don't know. So, and then this one, when you wish that your sweetheart shall not deny you, that to me sounds like if you want to start smashing someone, you don't want them to deny you. It's the same thing. Take the turtle dove tongue into your mouth and kiss her, and she will accept you. Um, there's another one, or because it gives you an or, like an alternative. The alternative is to take salt, cheese, and flour, mix it together, put it into her room, and she will have no rest until she sees you. And these two can possibly, like, I guess you could take that literally if you want to put salt, cheese, and flour in her room. That seems odd to me. I would not do that. But you could probably figure out like there is like when they're calling for like bread, because flour to me means bread, cheese is cheese. Um, Generally, cheese in an old spell is a mallow plant, and a mixture of bread and cheese could be like hawthorn, hazel, mallow plant. So just yeah, look at that. Look up the folk names for herbs. Um, and you'll find that a lot of these old timey spells are not as gruesome as you think they are, even though these two are kind of like borderline ethical. um, if you choose to do this kind of magic, that's up to you. I'm not, again, I'm just talking about it because I think it's interesting. And it is a good opportunity to talk about how herbs and such are actually the secret ingredients when they're calling for like tongues and hearts and eyes and ears and wings and tails and such with. They're really just calling for specific plants and then specific parts of those plants. But I think in this situation with the rooster's tail feathers, I think that's pretty much what they're getting at because farms and such are pretty common and roosters and hens and chickens and all that are pretty common. So it wouldn't be hard to get rooster tail feathers. Um, so anyway, for Earth Day, plant something. Go plant a tree somewhere. Just one tree can make a huge difference. I can tell you the loss of one tree made a huge difference. And it has both, it just kind of gives you a lesson in like cutting, you cut down a tree and that's like a huge living, ecosystem all in its own. Um, and that's a loss. But it also opens the doorway for new life in that now sun can penetrate areas that it couldn't do prior to this. And now we can plant new things. So, I guess that's nature's balance. Yeah, it seems like a bad thing, but something good will come of it. So go do something good, make a good change in nature, whether that's getting rid of destructive weeds or planting a tree or just plant some flowers or if you see a piece of your property and it's kind of messy looking, clean it up, make it more pretty and make it more beautiful. And let nature thrive there. So that's it. Hope you're all doing well. Now that Easter's over and it's getting to be nice outside, I'll be outside more, making more videos. And if you have any questions, put them down below. If you like or subscribe or join or whatever it is you want to do, I would appreciate that. My son pointed out to me the other day, we're almost at 1,000 subscribers. And I think I've had this channel for like, I don't know, 50 years or something. So obviously I'm not obsessed with growing the channel. Certainly I'll never monetize the channel. I don't care about that. But the more people that subscribe, then the more people that will see videos like this. And I think folk traditions are important to keep alive. And they're a nice alternative to people who still want to have some religion in their lives, but also some kind of magic, and do some good in their community, and still maintain that connection to their land. So that's it. I've blabbed enough. Time to get back to work. God bless you guys. Love you. And we'll talk again really soon.